Primetime continues with Fallen Idol.
Cory Clark's serenade of Paula Abdul is a classic moment in American Idol history.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
He says later, on the night of December 12, 2002, she becomes his secret advisor. And he alleges, as the weeks go by, the long phone calls and late-night rendezvous become increasingly romantic.
When she was dropping me off again one night, she leaned over and she kissed me when we were in her car. And it was dope. I was like, wow.
Then Cory says one night, a few weeks after that first visit to her house, they're watching an episode of American Idol when
she came up behind me and she just started kissing my neck. And that's the first night that we had ever been together, you know what I'm saying?
Cory says the affair spans the first 3 months of 2003.
It turned into a relationship. It's like, hey, I'm chilling with you, but we still can't tell nobody now.
Could it possibly be true? Romance between a celebrity judge on American Idol and a 22-year-old contestant. A naive and perpetually broke young man of no fixed address who didn't own a car or even a cell phone. And yet he says he chills with a wealthy superstar in her Hollywood Hills mansion.
Laker girl.
Paula Abdul's career begins 20 years ago as a cheerleader for the Los Angeles Lakers. She choreographs concerts for the Jackson family and teaches dance moves to Janet Jackson. In 1989, she becomes a major star in her own right with a #1 hit followed by a triple platinum album. Married and divorced twice, her music career fades in the late 1990s. But the success of American Idol puts Paula Abdul right back in the spotlight.
But Cory, you at that time were you're barely a contestant on the show. This is Paula Abdul, one of the most recognizable faces on television.
Yeah.
Why would she risk everything to be with you?
She wanted to help me. She wanted to help me avoid the pitfalls of American Idol.
Why should we believe you?
You can or you don't have to, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like I said before, I'm not here to try to prove my case one way or the other. I'm just here to let people know what was really going down on my side of the fence.
Cory describes what he says are specific details of the interior of Paula Abdul's home.
You slept with Paula Abdul?
Yeah.
What room? Where?
In the guest room. That's where I always usually stayed at.
Why the guest room?
I don't know, like it seemed like kind of like, that's where she stayed a lot too, because, she had her room, like that was the room that had like the little dog ramp in it for her dogs and stuff. And,
a dog ramp?
Yeah, because she's got like 3 little dogs. It's Thumbelina, Tulip, and Tinkerbell.
You said you watch TV, right?
We watch like music videos and stuff, like when you lay in the jacuzzi tub, like she's got a TV, that you can watch. So we watch videos in there and hang out. Just passing the time away,
Soon, Cory's friends tell us, he begins bragging of his exploits with Paula Abdul. And they say one night at this Hollywood club, he delivers. They meet her.
It was crazy because, my friend Cory, was, hooking up, messing with, sexually active with Paula Abdul. And that was like a little wild for me because that's all I was thinking, like, wow.
Paula and Cory try to keep things low-key that night, say his friends, but they say they see enough to now believe their friend.
You would catch them every once in a while. Eye contact, hand touching, just, unnecessary giggling.
I noticed, Paula and, touching Cory on it, touching his hands and touching his thigh, and it seemed really, almost like secretive.
Cory's parents say he told them his secret almost immediately.
He let us know that he and Paula were intimate.
Your reaction?
I wasn't happy about it. She was 38 at the time, and here's our son who's 22, and I just kind of,
What bothered me was the fact that he was in a competition.
So what did you tell him?
I told him to get back to his music. It was
You
a
said
chance.
cut it out.
Yeah, chance of a lifetime. Why take a chance on blowing it?
In February, American Idol brings parents, including Dwayne and Jan Clark, onto the show to get their reaction during the competition. They meet Paula. But they say they already knew Paula from the phone calls. Their bills show numerous calls to Paula Abdul's phones. And both Dwayne and Jan say they also remember many incoming calls. Sometimes Jan says she spoke to Paula herself.
Constant phone calls, back-to-back phone calls. Have we seen Corey?
My dad's house in California, our house,
His
Corey's
phone.
cell, her cell.
Jan Clark says she was stunned by one call in which she says Paula made a special request.
There were rumors going around that there might be a possibility of an affair, and she had just mentioned to me on the phone that if any tabloids would call or anybody would call, please not to mention anything about it. And I said, of course, not a problem.
Did she say it was serious, that she'd fallen in love with Corey?
She didn't use those words with me, but that she really cared about Corey a great deal.
By mid-February, Corey is one of 32 contestants now getting their first real publicity on the American Idol website as they vie for the 12 spots in the finals.
It's down to 32 contestants. How do you prepare for that?
Man, song choice, picking out my songs with, sitting down with Paula, picking that out with her.
Paula suggested it? Paula
Yeah,
picked it?
like, she was opening my eyes to, like, look, you sing this stuff, this is how you're going to get through.
Corey says they go together to buy CDs. Paula pays. He says they settle on Foolish Heart by Steve Perry from the 80s band Journey with, wait a minute, that's Idol judge Randy Jackson in those ultra skin-tight pants.
Why did she pick this particular song?
She had pointed out to me afterwards that, Randy Jackson was a part of Journey and that he'll probably like that song.
And to help him look good on stage, Corey says she drives him to this very hip clothing store.
Oh, yeah, it is. That's a receipt from Fred Siegel in Santa Monica.
How did you pay for that?
With cash.
Whose cash?
With Paula's cash. I didn't have $400. No, I didn't have enough money to eat at that time.
And to relax before his biggest audition yet, Corey says he spends nights at Paula's house. And when his time comes, Corey is right on his game.
The clothes you're wearing there, that's the clothes she paid for.
Yep. And the haircut, too. My hair was too heavy, you know what I'm saying?
Foolish Heart hits a chord with Randy Jackson, just as Corey says Paula predicted.
Great song.
Unbelievable. Great song. You know why great song?
Steve Perry, I worked with. Great song. I mean,
I didn't know that.
And on the air you say, I didn't know that? Or
I said on the air, I didn't know that.
And you were lying to Randy, because you did know.
Right.
You just blew me away. Blew me away. What a beautiful voice, and different and unique.
The viewers vote to give Corey one of those coveted spots in the final 12, while the 20 losers return to obscurity with a memento from one of the judges.
This is from Paula. She presented this to all the 32 finalists, season 2. And it says, when you wish upon a star, you flip it over. It says you just might become one, and then it has your initial on the inside.
But they're about to find out that one of their competitors says their chance at stardom was handicapped because he was getting inside advice.